The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Erin Holscher, Business Development Coordinator here at ASTA. I'll be the organizer for today's presentation. Now we're voyaging, Virgin Voyages. So before we get started, I'd like to point out just a few important features on the screen that will allow you to interact with us via the web. We'll be answering your questions at the end of the presentation. However, please feel free to submit your questions throughout. To ask a question, you'll use your GoToWebinar pane. Near the bottom is an area that says questions. If you click on the arrow next to where it says questions, it will open up a new window. This is what you'll use to communicate with us. If you're having trouble hearing the presentation, please make sure your speakers are turned on. And if you called in, try hanging up and dialing back in again. You can send any technical issues via the questions pane, and I'll try my best to answer them. I will respond to you via that same pane. Please also note that all audience members are muted. We certainly want to hear from you, but we have so many people on the call that the background noise would be prohibitive, and we want to ensure that everyone can listen to the entire presentation. Finally, please remember that this webinar is being recorded and available for on-demand viewing at asta.org in just a few short days. Please join me in welcoming today's presenter with Virgin Voyages, Christy Garagosian. Christy, take it away.
Thanks, Erin. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning from wherever you're calling in from. But I am Christy Garagosian. I am our Director of National Accounts at Virgin Voyages, and so excited to spend the next hour with you. So as we kind of dive into things, as I mentioned, I'll leave plenty of time for questions. So if you've had any burning questions, throw them into the chat and we will get to them at the end. But are going to just shake it up a little bit today and have some fun. We're all about making waves and breaking myths. So I'm going to ask you a series of true or false questions and really just kind of get things going with Virgin. So for the first one, we'll keep it an easy one. Virgin Voyages is just for young people. Is that a fact or is that a myth? It's a myth, definitely. Young people love us, but we are for so many more people than you would think. So our sailings are exclusively adult, which means you must be 18 or older. So we understand children are some of the world's greatest treasures, but at Virgin Voyages, we believe absence makes the heart grow fonder. So leave the kiddos at home and come sail on Virgin. What's interesting is that over 50% of our sailors have kids that they are leaving at home to come get away and reconnect with their partner. So it's showing to be really a great asset to the industry. So we wanted to make sure that we designed these sailings with adults in mind. We're also casually luxe, so we're very come as you are. And so typically to only find that adult only cruising, you'll find that in the very far luxury segment. For us, we're the best of both worlds, that we give you that adult only experience, but in a very relaxed luxe environment. So as far as placement in the marketplace, we would say we fall between premium and luxury. So we don't call ourselves luxury, but we want to give you that luxury service level you would expect, but without all the formalities and stuffiness that come from a traditional luxury environment. So for us, no forced formal wear or dress codes, truly come as you are and be comfortable in your own skin. When we look at our sailors and kind of the demographics around who is sailing with Virgin, for us, our average age is now closer to 48 years old. But as you can see from that sliding scale breakdown on the left, you've got, yes, young people love us. The bulk of our sailors fall between that age range of 35 to 55. So really the sweet spot, and over 80% of our bookings are 35 to 65. From a group's perspective, we see a ton of 40th, 50th, and 60th birthday celebrations. So we fit really well in that celebratory market where people see us as a way to get together with their friends and family and come do something a little different. We see a ton of couples sailing with us. So you've got couples that come on their own. We see honeymoons, bachelor parties. But what's interesting is a lot of our couples are bringing other couples with them. So some of these smaller groups where, it may be 2, 3, 4 cabins that are sailing together, but they're reaching out to their friends groups that they do game night with, or cocktail night, or, you know, the friends they go try out new restaurants with, and they're thinking of them when it comes to sailing on Virgin. Our sailors definitely want those higher service levels, but again, they want to have a very easy way to sail where they don't have to worry about setting up everything, and it's a very natural experience, very much so a land-based experience brought to the seas. So for our next question, there's no value in cruising. Do we think this is factual or a myth? Absolutely, that's a myth. And for us at Virgin Voyages, we take this one really seriously because we believe value is part of the core of our experience. But for the first time ever, Virgin Voyages was the only company to sweep the entire large ship category for Cruise Critics Cruisers' Choice Awards this year. That's right. So for the large ship category, Virgin Voyages took home the gold in every single segment. So we won Best Overall Cruise Line, Best Dining, Best Cabins, Best Service, and then of course, Best Value for the Money. Best value for the money, I'm going to talk about why you get so much value with Virgin today, but it really doesn't even do it justice until you have the chance to get on board and experience it yourself and really see that, yes, you're getting all these things included, but the quality is truly unrivaled. So this was a huge, huge victory for us at Virgin Voyages, and that is thanks to all of you. So thank you for sending rockstar sailors our way to experience our incredible product. But as you can see, sailors are coming on board and falling in love with the Virgin experience. And so with that, always included in your voyage fare, we call it always included luxuries, you're gonna have all of your dining. This is really different than traditional cruising because typically your specialty restaurants are not included and you have to either add on a specialty dining package, or maybe if they're in a group, they get one free night at a restaurant. At Virgin, all of our eateries are included. So there is no main dining room or buffets. You're gonna have all of these eateries plus 6 true culinary experience restaurants at no additional cost. Wi-Fi. I mean, I think we all have seen that you can get free Wi-Fi anywhere on land. It's so silly to have to pay for Wi-Fi, especially on vacation. So for us, all sailors can connect up to 2 devices at no charge. You're going to have a ton of shows and entertainment that really push the boundaries and put that Virgin brand first at no charge to you. Your basic bevies, so your essential drinks, are going to be your coffee, your tea, still and sparkling water, sodas, and juices. Gratuities, yes, all of your tips are included, and it's truly included because even when you buy a beverage with us, for example, a Heineken is $5. You scan your wearable and it's truly $5 out the door. There's no service charge or fees added on top of that. And then last but not least, your group fitness classes. Wellness is always at our forefront. We want you to retox and detox. So yes, maybe you're up all night, but you're also going to kick off your morning with sunrise yoga or a spin class. So again, all these little luxuries are going to be included in the fare. Because of this, and it's important to say this to your clients, but you've got a lot more included in the fare. So yes, pricing may look like it's more upfront, but you're not going to have that nickel and diming or those hidden fees at the end of the sailing, which is really important. Also, when you look at our dining experience, as I mentioned, you've got those 20 eateries. We want you to come and eat your heart out. Peace out to the buffets. No, again, creating this as an adult-only experience, we wanted to lean into what adults wanted, and that foodie experience is really popular. So again, not having kiddos on board, we didn't have to water down the menus or make sure that we were appealing to a little bit of everyone. We will have that 24-hour dining. We needed to make sure that there were late night bites. And then most importantly, that the quality of the food was fresh and made to order. So we partnered with Michelin star chefs to curate our menus on board the ship. So if you haven't had a chance to sail and eat the food, definitely get that on your list to do this year because the food, I think, is unrivaled. I would put our food next to any cruise line or any land-based experience, and especially because it's included at no charge, there is no better value out there. So I love this quote. We've got a seductive smorgasbord of restaurants and eateries delivering food that is out of this world, offering exceptional quality. So when you look at everything that's included, like I mentioned, 20 eateries, but let's start with the 6 staple restaurants. So just to give you an idea of truly how great this is to be included, you've got the Wake. This is our steak and seafood restaurant. You've got rack of lamb, king salmon, and a variety of different steaks on this menu. The most delicious side dishes as well. The Wake will also serve elevated brunch. So they've got that eggs Benedict and that bottomless mimosas, really elegant brunch that you can do as well in the morning hours. Pink Agave has got to be one of my favorites, but this is going to be Mexican cuisine with a really fresh virgin flair. If you go to Pink Agave late in the evening, it really gets amped up. We'll have a DJ in there, just giving it a really cool vibe. Razzle Dazzle is going to be our veggie and vegan forward restaurant, but don't be alarmed. There's also a naughty menu for any of our meat eaters. Razzle Dazzle arguably has some of the best desserts on the entire ship. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you go for dinner, you've got a secret menu to be sure to ask about. Test Kitchen is going to be for your foodies out there. This is a 6-course tasting menu. It's where our chef really focuses on that molecular gastronomy and the pairings. You can do cocktail and wine pairings. But what's unique is you come in and your menu is just a single ingredient. So the first course may just say mushroom, and then chef creates this entire masterpiece based around the mushroom. So really a stellar experience. And like I mentioned, this would be something that you would pay almost $200 per person to have this kind of experience on land. So again, send your foodies to the Test Kitchen. They are sure to love it. Gumbae means cheers. It's our Korean barbecue restaurant where we truly grill the food at the table. Gumbae is our loudest and most fun restaurant at sea. If you've got solo travelers, be sure to send them here on the first night because you're sat with other sailors and you actually come in and you'll start with a complimentary shot of soju and play Korean drinking games to get to know your table mates. And Extra Virgin's got a special place in my heart. That's our Italian restaurant on board. All of our pastas are handmade in-house each day, but it's really to have that family style dining. You've got your charcuterie boards and meatballs and all sorts of pastas and entrees. So fantastic option. So like I mentioned, these are going to be your 6 true sit down evening experiences that, again, our sailors will have always included in their fare. Then for those looking for those quicker bites, we've got our galley area designed to be like a food truck hall. What's great about this is you don't have to go to the individual stalls. You sit at a table and someone will come up and take your order, and you can order from all the different areas, but a wide variety, anywhere from ramen to tacos and burgers and fresh made salads. Sun Club Cafe is a hidden gem that I love, but this is where you can find bao buns and poke bowls located outdoors. So this is the great pool snack if you're looking for something light and refreshing. And then the eateries just keep coming. The pizza place where you can get personal pizzas made to order. The dock, you'll have those wood-fired shrimp skewers, steak, chicken, lots of different hummus and mezza plates. And Lick Me Till I Scream. The best part about our ice cream on board the ship is that you don't have kids waiting in line. So you can get ice cream whenever you want. And it is fresh and made on board, which is fantastic. Currently, right now, we've got some great promotions going on. So if you've got sailors that have been debating going to the Med, now is the time to send them because we know airfare is crazy. So we are offering up to $1,200 in airfare credits if you book by May 24th. So this is for this Mediterranean season. So if you've got someone going this summer, we've got both Valiant Lady and Resilient Lady sailing in the Med this summer. So their sailings are going to be, through May until October. Now's the time to book those. So you don't have to book your air with us. It's simply a $1,200 credit that we're taking off the cabin price to help compensate for that airfare. So on top of that, we're also offering up to $600 in free drinks per cabin. So all of our Med sailings are going to be those 7-night sailings, so they're going to get $600, but we've also got some shorter sailings that will get that $300 drink credit if they are less than 7 nights. So like I said, this is the perfect time. If anyone's been thinking about going to the Med, get them out there. Also, if you've got solo travelers, If we've got solos that are looking to sail in Europe this summer, we're actually waiving the single supplement so they can book a balcony cabin for one person. So they're not going to get hit with that double occupancy charge. So essentially those sea terrace cabins are half off. So great time. And of course, everyone wants a balcony when they're sailing through Europe. And they will also still get up to that $600 in free drinks. So call all your solos out there, call your groups that are looking to do the med, and definitely check out firstmates.com because we've got these in place. Like I mentioned, you got to book by May 24th. So plant the seed now and let's get those bookings in. And in case you've got people wondering what $600 of free drinks can get you, this is based on our actual pricing on board our ship. So as I said earlier, our Heinekens are truly $5. So $600 can get you 120 beers. You could have 65 glasses of wine, up to 60 cocktails. So just a really fun breakdown to show how far your money will go on Virgin. And again, our drink pricing is really reasonable. So that's why that $600 really does make a difference. So definitely take advantage of this offer because everyone loves having free drinks included. All right, our next question. You only have that one ship, that Scarlet ship. That is definitely a myth. And I already kind of shared the answer on that, but we've got 4 ships in total. By the end of this year, all 4 ships will be in operation. Let that sink in for a second. So all 4 ships will launch by the end of this year. So Scarlet Lady, her inaugural year was in 2021. Valiant Lady launched in 2022. She is finishing up her last sailings out of Miami, and she's about to take on her transatlantic where she'll head back to Barcelona and take on her med sailing. So Valiant Lady's summer season is part of that offer. Resilient Lady is our 3rd ship launching next month on May 14th. She'll be based out of Athens doing 7-night sailings. When she finishes up in October, she'll do a 44-night repositioning where she'll go from Athens to Dubai, Dubai to Singapore, Singapore to Sydney. And then she'll take on Australian and New Zealand itineraries. So really a showstopper ship. And finally, Brilliant Lady will round out the last ship in our fleet. She is going to launch in December of this year, home porting out of San Juan, doing 7-night sailings. But what's exciting is we've got her itineraries posted through the beginning of 2024, but we have not announced her summer of 24 itineraries yet. So keep an eye out in the upcoming month or so. You'll see exactly what she's going to take on after she finishes up in San Juan. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It is absolutely incredible. So from all of this, you can see we've got 4 different ships going all over the world with lots of different itineraries and unique ports of call. So whatever your clients are looking for, we've got a great option for them. We are brilliant to do business with here at Virgin Voyages. Is that a fact or a myth? We're going to say that's a fact, and I'm going to lean into exactly why. But again, for us, we want to be one of the easiest and best partners that you work with. We want you to enjoy doing business with us and know that we do business for good here at Virgin Voyages. And that's really what's important to Richard Branson. So firstmates.com, that's our travel advisor site. So that is going to be kind of where you access all things on the advisor front for Virgin Voyages. If you're on Facebook, that second box, Virgin Voyages First Mate Society, put that into your search box and be sure to join this closed Facebook page. That is where we spill the tea and we connect with our First Mate community. John Diorio, who I'm sure many of you know and love, he does bi-weekly Facebook Lives with Sabrina Newman. And that's really where every other week, they kind of just let you know what's new with Virgin, what's going on. And they're known for slipping some secrets they're not supposed to tell. So definitely check that out. But it's also a great way you can collaborate with other First Mates and bounce ideas off of each other. So it's a really fun interactive group. We've got Sea Academy. This is our award-winning online training program. I'll dive into this in a little bit more in the next slide. And then last but not least, we've got a dedicated North American sales crew armed and ready to assist and help. So I'll kind of go through some of the different positions that we have there to really help grow your business. But the most important thing to do is if you're new to us and you haven't done our training yet, Sea Academy is a fantastic way to really learn how to sell our brand, especially if you haven't had a chance to sail yet. So we've got 4 different tiers to complete. So if you're a gold certified first mate, thank you for doing that. But that means you've gone through all 20 of our modules. So you are up to date. But what's great about Sea Academy is we want to reward you for your time because we know time is extremely valuable. So as you complete the tiers, you'll unlock special perks like a bonus commission, also access to our first mate rates. We want to get you on board the ship because it is powerful when you can sail with us and share your own content and truly talk about your experience to your clients. Our brand awareness is still being built. So your clients are leaning on you to really figure out what they should and shouldn't do on board. So you're kind of their direct ticket into learning all about Virgin Voyages. So we want to help you be able to talk about that. And then also our gold tier, you'll earn $150 of onboard credit for your own personal sailing. And also this is how you'll get priority access to any cool events that we're doing or access to fam trips. So yes, like I said, we're doing a lot to get you on the ship, but the number one thing you need to do is make sure you complete our training. Also, what we've seen from our training is that first mates that have gone all the way through gold have 10 times the amount of bookings than those who have not done our training. So it's proving to be really successful from a selling standpoint. So that's 10 times the bookings, 10 times the commissions. And for us, over 50% of our sailors that sail with us on board rebook another sailing while they're on board the ship. And those are automatically credited back to you as the first mate. So find the sailors to come on board and we will take care of the rest and make them fall in love with Virgin Voyages and hopefully book those higher room categories and those longer sailings that you'll get credit for. So like I said, one booking is really like 1.5 because the odds of them rebooking on board are really high. Also from a commission standpoint, we want to make sure that we are rewarding you for sending sailors our way. So you're going to earn 16% on the voyage fare. And remember, NCFs, those non-commissionable fares, just going to throw this out there. We never had them and we never will. We think they are complete bullshit. So no NCFs when you book with Virgin Voyages. You deserve to earn on your full fare. So 16%. And then cherry on top, you'll get 10% on anything booked pre-voyage, regardless of how it's booked. So that means if your sailor is booked, they download the Virgin Voyages app and they book a shore excursion. As long as they added it before they sail, you will automatically get credited with that 10%. So anything that has a dollar value, there's not one thing with us that's non-commissionable. So anything you add onto that booking is going to earn that 10%. So again, we want to make it really rewarding for you. So if this all sounds great to you and you're not currently doing business with us, I encourage you to visit firstmates.com, which is our travel advisor site. Get signed up, sign up your agency or sign up under your agency if they're already set up. That way we can start sharing the news with you and helping you grow those sales. What's unique about us, and again, wanting to be brilliant and easy to work with, we know that we're such a new brand. So yes, it's going to take time to build those sales. So we want to make sure you have support, whether you have one booking with us, no bookings, or tons of bookings. So we've got our learning and development representatives. So Helena and Cynthia, they are listed here. They're truly here to help you go through Sea Academy and learn the ropes of our training. They've got a webinar series that you can find on firstmates.com that do a variety of webinars. So they're truly here to just help get you the knowledge and get you set up for Virgin. Now, anyone that is, maybe if you just signed up with us, or if you don't have any bookings with us, so you've not quite made that first Virgin Voyages booking, our sales and development representatives, JC and Jody, their sole purpose is to help get you that first booking. So if you have no bookings with us, take a screenshot of these two fabulous ladies, find what state you physically live in, and they are here to help you. So if you are interested or you need help kind of figuring out how to get those first bookings, our team here is happy to help you do that. So they just want to find first mates that are eager to sell our product, and they will help that. Once you've made that first booking, you kind of then graduate into our North American sales crew. So we've got Our sales managers that, again, based on where you physically live, are here to help you grow your sales. So I encourage you, if you're not quite sure who your sales manager is, you can take a quick screenshot of this, but it is also listed on firstmates.com under the contact us field. But one of the things I just have to give kudos to is this amazing team is eager to help you. They are wonderful to work with. They're willing to think outside of the box. If you've gone through all of this Academy training, they're here to help do sailor nights for you if you want to do like a client event or something along those lines. And sometimes they've got additional incentives that they can offer you to really help close some of those bookings. So as long as you've gone through and taking the training, they're happy to help you. So definitely reach out to our fabulous team. And then, of course, the last thing I kind of want to lean onto is I can earn commission while I sleep. Question mark? I don't know. Can you earn commission with Virgin Voyages while you sleep? That is actually a fact. So if you're wondering, like, how the heck do I do that? Let me show you. But the first is our LetsGoBook technology. So if you haven't picked anything else up from this webinar, this is the time I would say definitely really tune in here, because LetsGoBook is a tech tool that we came up with to truly help make it easy for your clients to book Virgin Voyages. So what is it? Well, this will kind of walk through it, but essentially for us, when you're registered as a first mate, everyone in their profile has their own unique booking link. So when you go to your profile in firstmates.com, you'll see under personal details, there's a little button there that says copy link. This link is set to your first mate account. It's exclusive to you. And when a client clicks on your link and goes to virginvoyages.com, at the top of the page, it will be sold and serviced by the first mate. It has the first mate's name or their email address and their phone number. So when a client actually goes through the booking flow, if they were to book through your link, you automatically get credit for it as the first mate. So a few different things. And the flow stays the same. You earn the same commission amounts, but it then, let's say they book through virginvoyages.com through your link, you get a first mate confirmation that shows all the sailor details and that they booked. And on the sailor facing confirmation, you show up as the servicing first mate on the booking. What's amazing about this is it's such a great way to, one, if you've got clients that like to be hands-on in the booking process, you can send them your link and say, here, I know you wanted to look at some of the different itineraries. Go ahead, and when you find one you like, feel free to go ahead and book it. You'll then get notified as soon as they do. And then from your first mate account online, you can then service the booking. You can help with add-ons or anything like that. We've got first mates that have found brand new clients through this. So let's say you do your Sea Academy training and then you book a first mate rate to go sail. You get all this content when you're on board. So you come home and you post, let's say, a Scarlet Night post on your Facebook page that's got videos and pictures, and you're talking all about your experience. But in that Facebook post, you add your personalized link. Remember, you can take this link, you can turn it into a bit.ly or a short link. So it's just a nice, easy, clickable link. Well, someone shares your post. Now you're getting all these different reaches. You want as many people to share this post, share your link, and you just want people to click on it, because what happens is through the cookie technology, it will last in their browser for up to a year as long as they don't clear their cookies and cache, which means you make this post. Let's say Susie over here is like, this looks cool. Let me check it out. She clicks on your link. She peruses around the website, but doesn't do anything. 6 months later, Susie sees a Virgin Voyages commercial on TV. And instead of calling you, she's naughty, and she goes to virginvoyages.com on her own. You're still attached to her, and she makes a booking. You are now notified that Susie made that booking, and you can reach out to Susie to help with any kind of add-ons or things of that nature. If you go to like a bridal show or a trade show, turn your personalized link into a QR code. Have that on your table for Virgin Voyages. Now, all these people that are coming up and scanning your code are going to have you connected to them when they go to virginvoyages.com. So it's a great way to get new clients. Some of our first mates use their LetsGoBook link themselves to make a booking, because from that video, it's the same flow as our site. So in 5 clicks, you can make a booking for your client. It's really mobile friendly. So if you're traveling and you need to make a booking really quick, instead of logging into the booking engine, you can use your booking link. Another scenario, you've got sales that sometimes end, and clients will, what do? They get nervous and they just book it themselves, and then they call you and say, I didn't want to lose out, so I booked it. Can you take it over? Well, sometimes there are some weird rules in place, and it might not be so easy to take over the booking. Now, if you know someone's been looking, you can send them in confidence your link and say, hey, when you're ready, go ahead and book through this, and it's all under me and I can take care of it. Just a huge success story I will always share is we had a first mate who, he did exactly what I said. He came back, he posted all about his experience, and a couple weeks later, he was at home and he got an email that a sailor who he didn't know booked a suite. And he was like, oh my gosh, how cool. Like, this must be through my link. And then minutes later, that suite canceled. He was like, oh, well, that was kind of weird. This same sailor did that 2 more times. He booked the same suite and then canceled it. And then he booked the same suite and canceled it. So the first mate, again, he now has this sailor's contact details. He picked up the phone and called him and said, hey, I've noticed you've been trying to book this suite. I'm a certified first mate with Virgin. Is there something I can help you with? The client was so relieved. He goes, yes, I booked back in 2020. I have some credits. I have no idea how to use them. Can you help me? So the first mate was like, absolutely. This guy proceeded to book a $16,000 suite with him, and then brought along 3 of his friends to go with him, and is now rebooked for another sailing. So tons of business that came just from simply sharing his Let's Go Book link and finding this client. So I hope you also have amazing success with it. But yes, we've got first mates that send out their newsletters with their links, and then overnight they're getting people that are just booking because they want to be hands-on and dig through the site. So I hope you also find that same success. We've got some incredible how-to guides on firstmates.com for you. So we've got one about exactly how to use your Let's Go Book link, how to make a booking, how to do add-ons or groups with us. So you can scan this QR code, or you can go to firstmates.com and see all the different handy guides that we have available for you. And firstmates.com is also really your one-stop shop for all things marketing. So we've got a variety of different customizable PDFs or itineraries and one-sheets. So anything you need as far as Virgin images, videos, social media packs, definitely take advantage of those. I love the social media packs. They are specific on different categories. So if you want to promote the food, those packs will actually have the images you should use and the caption, and the captions are different whether you're posting on Facebook or Instagram. So our marketing team's really cheeky. So you can lean on us and use our verbiage. And then of course, anything you're posting about Virgin or sharing, make sure you have that Let's Go Book link attached to it. So it's definitely a huge asset and a huge help. So I really just want to open it up for questions too, especially I'm not sure if we've had a lot come in, but I want to take that time to answer questions or, anything like that. Feel free to send it through the chat, and I'm happy to answer as much as I can.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Christy. We have a lot of questions that have come through. We've got a lot of excitement that has just come through the chat as well. So a lot of our advisors have sailed and are complimenting the team, the food, the drinks, the experience overall. And I know you presented a lot of fantastic information here. So I'm going to run through a handful of the questions here for us. To all of our advisor attendees today, I do want to let you know if we don't get to your question today, I will be sharing unanswered questions with Christy as well at the end of this webinar, and her and her team will be able to follow up with you directly. So Christy, one thing that I'd love to recommend that you get your slide deck to is we've got some questions that we're really interested in that learning development sales rep slide, to be able to go back into that slide. I know some of our advisors were asking for additional information on, so that's always a good one to sit with that on. Perfect. Thank you so much. So looking at some of that information on the promotional credits that you shared, is this only for new bookings, or can this be applied, adjusted on bookings made in the past few months?
Great question. So this is going to be for new bookings. Of course, you can always look and see if you can cancel and rebook, but I will be honest, the pricing did go up some with this promotion, so sometimes it's not worth it based on a lot of them got that wave offer that we had if they booked recently, which was a more lucrative offer. But you can always contact Sailor Services and see if it would be beneficial to your client, because obviously if it is, you are welcome. You could cancel and rebook them if this promotion is there. But what I've seen is for most sailings that the pricing is higher. So it may not make sense, but you can definitely price it out and take a look.
Excellent, thank you. Now, can the Let's Go Book link be used for groups, or what's the best way to book groups?
Yes, so that is actually going to be a future enhancement. We want to keep updating Let's Go Book so you can eventually drill it down to a specific sailing. So if you did have a group, it would take them just to that sail date. We also, in a future enhancement, want to make it where it can book directly into any cabins that you're holding for a group. We're not quite there yet. However, the flexible part of our groups is you can always book individually, and once you have 10 cabins, turn it into a group. Or if someone just books individually through the link, you can then pull them into your circle. So it does not prevent them from still being a part of your circle. You'll just have to take the extra step to bring them into your circle.
Excellent. Okay. So these questions may go hand in hand. So I'm going to ask them together, but you may need to answer separately. So the first question is there a way to send a quote to the customer through the website? And the second is, how do I send a payment link from an offered booking on First Mates? Do those align, or are those going to be two separate questions for you?
Kind of two separate ones. So we don't have a true quoting tool built into firstmates.com, but that is something we hope to have in the future. The closest thing to a quote would be if you put a booking on a 24-hour breather, which is on hold, because then it triggers that confirmation for you. We have some First Mates that have their own like invoicing templates where they'll kind of create them themselves. So we hope to have that in the future to make that easier for you. But right now there's not like a true quoting tool directly through our site, but we do have some pricing kind of tool guides and cheat sheets loaded in there that you can use that to help with quoting. And then for the payment links, that I'm not sure. So I don't think you can send them anything through firstmates.com. But once they have that booking on hold, they're able to log in through their Sailor account and make payments that way. So all they would need to do is log into their Sailor account to make a payment. Or if they gave you the credit card, you can insert the payment through firstmates.com.
Got it. Thank you. Now let's see here. So with all of those amazing dining opportunities, are reservations necessary, or how does seating happen with those?
Yeah, so you don't have to have all of your reservations booked before you sail. I do encourage, if there's a restaurant you really want to go to, reservations do open up prior to sailing. So around that 45-day mark, definitely make sure to grab some of those reservations, but we do hold most of our inventory until you get on board. So don't be discouraged if it's a week before you're sailing and you don't see reservations. As soon as you get on board and connected to the ship Wi-Fi, you'll see a lot more reservations open up. So you can make a reservation. We've also got restaurants that have full service at the bars that you can simply walk in. We've also got some tables set aside for kind of that communal dining. So if you don't have reservations, we've got these larger tables that we can seat you at. So they are not required. And then as the ships are getting to capacity, we've got these virtual queues, which are like virtual wait lists. So through the app, you can see if a restaurant is on a wait, and you can actually put yourself in line, and we'll notify you through the app when your table's ready. So that's a great way to do it. So yes, you can either make the reservations, walk in, or get on some of these virtual queues. So not required, really up to you. But like I said, just always keep checking, because people tend to cancel things based if they find other things to do. So yeah, you could do it either way.
Excellent. So now, how many courses do you have to complete to do the social media, those social media resources and those opportunities?
So you can do anything on social media without the training, but to qualify for First Mate rates, so if you wanted to book one of those discounted rates, so our First Mate rates are $100 per person per day for a balcony. That would mean you finished our silver tier, which would be a total of the first 15 modules. And then access to FAMs will come through completing all of the training. So there's 20 modules total. And so we don't have rolling FAMs always readily available, but that would be done through your sales manager. As they get those opportunities, they pull those first mates that have done all of the training to go. So yes, I highly encourage, if you book those first mate rates, definitely focus on getting a lot of that social media content when you're on board so you can share it throughout your sailing and also once you're home.
Excellent. So now, are there any military discounts available for advisors when booking?
Good question. At this time, we do not have military rates available. The only discounts we have currently are Florida resident rates, which are usually activated for sailings that are within 45 days. So we've got that available, but stay tuned, nothing for military rates just yet.
Got it. Thank you. Now, can you elaborate more about the on-ship entertainment that's available?
Yeah, so gosh, entertainment could probably be its own webinar because it's just so cool and different how they do it. But we've got a variety of things, from scheduled shows that happen either in our manor or Red Room, which is our theater. Dual Reality is one of our staple shows. It's kind of a Romeo and Juliet meets Cirque du Soleil. So lots of acrobatics, really edge of your seat kind of entertainment. But you're not going to find those Broadway shows on board our ships. For us, we have the mindset, if you want to see Broadway, you'll go to Broadway. So being adults only, we hired producers to create content with the Virgin Voyages brand in mind. So I always say, think of the type of entertainment you would find on the back streets of New York. We started as Virgin Records, so live music is a huge part of our experience. So on the Rocks, you'll always find live music. Same with the Dock House. We really wanted our entertainment to be like a festival where, there might be something going on stage A, but over here on stage B, there's something different. So you'll always have these different things. Also, I think some of my favorite entertainment on the ship is going to be a lot of our pop-up entertainment, where if you're in the right place at the right time, you may experience something that's just for you and your friends. And before you can tell someone what's going on, they're up and they've left and they've gone away. So lots of that. But then our happenings cast, they do a lot of things as well. So, we've got a charmer who has a magic show that they'll do on board and some different things there. But yes, everything will be scheduled. We've got Untitled Dance Show Party thing, and Resilient Lady, if you've seen, we sent out an email recently. Resilient Lady is going to take on more of this supper club theme for us. So they're going to have brand new shows that really pull in the dining experience with the entertainment. So that's going to be a whole new lineup coming out for Resilient Lady.
Excellent. Now, with those shows, tell me a little bit about, is it similar to dining with reservations? Is it show up and get in the show, or how do the reservations for the scheduled shows go?
Yes, great question. So the live music, you don't need reservations. That's all things that you can just show up for. But some of the actual shows that we have on board the ship, you can't book them in advance. It's once you're on board, you can add those to your agenda. So you would kind of reserve your spot through the app that way. And then, like I always say for everything, if maybe you can't get into a show, always still go, because many times a lot of people don't show up. So I haven't seen any issues with people truly not being able to get into the shows. But yeah, once you get on board that first day, if there are shows you want to see, definitely go ahead and reserve your spot there. But things like our pajama party, the live music, some of our social shows like dodgeball, or, the Scoop, there it is, the things that happen in the public spaces, you don't need actual reservations for, just the true shows that have restricted seating.
Got it. Thank you. Now, I know you shared some amazing resources of ways that our advisors can stay informed about what's happening with Virgin Voyages, with weekly webinars and such. And I know that that's where you share a lot of the tea, but I do have a couple of questions that popped up here, and you may or may not be able to share, but the questions are kind of alluding to expansion plans. So I know you've got the new ship that's coming out. Any plans to expand to Hawaii or Alaska? Or tell us a little bit about what you think about the growth with Virgin Voyages.
Yes, so you are really trying to get me to spill the tea here. What I would say is we do not have plans past our 4 ships. The hottest news coming is probably in the next month of where Brilliant Lady, the 4th ship, will spend her summer of 2024. So I can't share those destinations yet, but what I always tell people is the beauty of our ships is that they can move and they can go anywhere. So if you don't see itineraries you're looking for just yet, there doesn't mean it will never happen, but what's published currently is all I can share from a destination standpoint. But yes, I think the next update will be within the next month of where Brilliant Lady will take on after San Juan. So keep an eye out for that. You may be very pleased.
Excellent. Well, that is a phenomenal way, again, to stress of get linked up, get involved, and be sure to be on that short list of all of that information sharing to all of our advisors. So this concludes all of the questions. What I do want to say is to any of our advisors that we didn't answer your question today, I will be sharing with the Virgin Voyages team to be able to follow up with directly. As I mentioned, this webinar was recorded, so if you'd like to listen to the presentation again, it will be available to ASTA members at asta.org in just a few short days. Thank you to our partners at Virgin Voyages and all of you who have joined to today's phenomenal webinar. This will conclude today's presentation. Christy, anything to add as sending us out?
Just a huge thank you to all of you that are supporting and loving our brand, and to anyone that's new to us or signing up in the upcoming days. We could not do this without you. So we are here to help you, lean on us, and we are thankful for the partnership. So truly, thank you for everything.
Excellent. Thanks all. Have a great afternoon.
Bye.